Happy Wednesday. Don McLaughlin checking in for our first edition here in July of our Wednesday Wisdom Series. And we are going to focus for the month of July on a subject that I think is very important. We're 6 months into the year, full on into summer races, events, kids' activities. And what we're going to focus on is recovery. You know, I think in our culture and our times, you know, it's just go, 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 and we're prone to break down. I think we all know that, and so we really want to dive into this topic of recovery and what that looks like, both athletically but also just personally. And through the course of the month, really look at it through the lens of our Inside-Out Performance Matrix. You know, if we think about recovery from a mindset perspective, what does it mean to be more mindful about recovery and just connecting with what's going on inside our bodies and how we're feeling, and then listening to it, really listening to it. This has been so critical for me personally in the world of ultra trail races, and I've certainly heard this from other athletes, that just recognizing what's going on inside of us is so critical to not pushing unnecessarily in ways that'll cause injury, that'll just take us out of an event, or take us out of life for several days when we start to break down. And what does it look like to be disciplined about taking recovery seriously and listening to our body and not going when our body says to stop, that we need to rest and rejuvenate. The second area of recovery we want to focus on is in the context of movement. And what does it look like? It seems counterintuitive, right, to talk about recovery and movement in the same vein, but what we want to focus on is what are the ways in which we can help our body to essentially move toxins out and help us thereby replenish. And there's a variety of ways of doing so that we'll touch on in the month of July. And then the third lens in the Inside-Out Matrix is all around nourishment. And what does nourishment look like when it comes to recovery? You know, there's a variety of dimensions to nourishing ourselves to be able to recover. Sleep is one of them. We're certainly going to focus on sleep in the month of July, and certainly highlight the incredible just testimonials we've gotten about Power Down and how it's really helped people sleep so consistently. But that's not the only dimension to nourishing ourselves in the midst of recovery. You know, connecting with friends and family, connecting with ourselves, going for walks, and having some quiet to aid in our recovery. And, you know, here we are just approaching the 4th of July here in the U.S., a great day to celebrate our independence and freedom, and also an opportunity to reconnect with friends and family on a day of celebration. And in so doing, nourish ourselves. That's another aspect of recovery that we're going to touch on this month. You know, how just connecting with ourselves and with friends and family can make such a difference in aiding our recovery athletically and personally. So that is our lineup for the month of July. We're going to have some guest contributors again, some elite level athletes, and also some amateur level athletes who are pushing past their own barriers and doing so by recovering frequently. So have a fantastic 4th of July for all of you in the U.S., and we'll look forward to talking with you next week on our Wednesday Wisdom Series, all focused on recovery.